So I just wanted to show you one more example of what you would do for this linear art project. So I'm going to focus on this picture. I just found it. I'm going to use this as an example. And I'm going to focus down here. I'm going to start on the foot. I highly recommend going in an order so that when you're typing this into Desmos, you can slowly start to see your picture appear. So right here, I'm going to start with this portion of the foot. This is a vertical line, so I don't need to do any work. I know that the equation of a vertical line is just going to be x equals a number. So if I look at my x values, the x values here would be 8. So this would just be x equals 8. If this is my equation, x equals 8, my restriction is going to be focused on my y values. So I want to look at the y values. And if you just write down your ordered pairs, so this is actually 8, 5, and this point here is 8, 6. If I'm focusing on my y values, if I just focus on those y's, this can go from 5 to 6. And so that's actually how you can get your restriction really easily. I'm going to continue on with the foot. So this portion here that I just highlighted in blue is a horizontal line. Horizontal lines also require no work. The equation is just y equals a number. So if I focus on my y values here, it would be y equals 5. If my equation is y equals, then my restriction will be x equals. Again, if you just write down the ordered pairs, and I'm going to erase just a little bit to get rid of some things so that you can see a little easier. If you just write down the ordered pairs for these two blue points, it makes your restrictions very simple. So this would be 8, 5, and this would be 10, 5. And so if I focus on my x values, it goes from 8 to 10. I'm just going to erase one more time. And then if I keep continuing on, here would be another one. So this one in yellow is what I'm going to focus on next. So since this is a slanted line, I have to do some work by typing this into either my calculator or Desmos. So this first point is at 9, 4. The second point is at 10, 5. So again, I either use Desmos or the graphing calculator app, and in your first list you would put your x values, so 9, 10, and in the second list your y values, and then somehow you need to do a linear regression. If you need additional help on doing the linear regression, I am going to post a material in the important info in Classroom that has all of this helpful information about linear regression in it. So you can go there to find those helpful pieces of information. So when I did this linear regression, the equation I got in my calculator is y equals x minus 5. Again, since this equation starts with y, my restrictions will focus on x's. So if I go back to my ordered pairs, the x values are 9 and 10, so that's what I use for my restriction. Lastly, when you type these into Desmos, and again, I did them all in a row just to show you an example, but I recommend doing one at a time and typing them into Desmos as you go so that you can tell when it's recreating your picture if it's right or wrong. So when I type these into Desmos, what do I type? So for the first one, I would type in x equals 8, a curly bracket, 5 less than y less than 6, curly bracket. For the second one, I would type in y equals 5 in a separate line. So this would be line 1. This is line 2. Curly bracket, 8 less than x less than 10, curly bracket. The third one, another line, y equals x minus 5, curly bracket, 9 less than x less than 10. Once you do this, we would see this exact part of the foot that I was just drawing. So this entire portion here would be showing up on Desmo. So you might have to zoom in or out, but this would be showing up.